right, we're back, and I went ahead and made me a thumb guard out of a Band-Aid. I have a lot of Band-Aids. I should have gone ahead and made me one anyway. I make a lot of thumb guards out of Band-Aids, and because I get rid of them, and I know they have that wrap that you can use and all that stuff, but since I'm getting down real close to my thumb and everything like that, we're going to, yeah, much better. We had a carving class the other night, so I did a lot of carving, and you know, carving classes are wonderful, and it's not so, and it's the carving is the main objective of it. But many people, like myself, I've carved for a long time. I enjoy the fellowship of a carving club. I enjoy going there, seeing the guys, and there's a lady, and carving with them and talking about other things with them. And there's where the enjoyment comes. I think in most cases, people go to shows and they go to carving clubs to learn to carve, to learn those things. But they go for the fellowship. They go for the fellowship and what it does, what it does for them. And the fellowship is just wonderful. And I get to talk to the other carvers and see how their lives are going and stuff. There's in most cases, it's like church or anything like that. I mean, no, church, of course, is to go and to worship the Lord Jesus Christ. But it's also the fellowship with other Christians. And that's like anything. People need fellowship. So if you have a chance to go to a carving club, and I know our carving club was out for years because of hurricanes down here, messing up, destroyed one of our clubhouses and all that other stuff. But it just is a joy to talk to people, to see what's going on with them. The man last night, him and his wife had just returned from Branson, Missouri, and we talked about the trip. I've been to Branson a lot, and I used to go every year. The carving in Branson, I mean, there's the Engler place, but there's just not that much when it comes to carving. I mean, there's Pete Engler's place, which is a nice thing, in such a way. But that a place that used to have a lot of carving. And he did go to Silver Dollar City, and he went to the Silver Dollar City carving place, and it was nice, he said. But we were talking about amusement parks, and I think I discussed this last time about going to Dollywood, and I was extremely disappointed in their carving shop. There was not that much real carving at all. It was mostly stuff that they get from China and places like that. So okay, we're just about down now to what we want, as you can see. And as you can also see, we have cut it down now where it fits in the middle of the thing here. And like I said, we started off with a bigger piece and we just cut it down. You just basically, but the main thing is you want to continue to measure or kind of look about where that is, and then you come and do it like that, so that you don't cut into the bottom of the bowl and make it where you have a hole in the bottom. So you have to be careful. You want to watch that as you go. because sometimes, this is not an exact measurement of what people do and everything like that. And on a project like that, I suggest that you do get a thumb guard. You do use a thumb guard as you do that. So there's a little bow. And I'll take a little sandpaper and when I get through with it. Now, all I did was take a little, just cut out like a little spoon. And the spoon, of course, will go inside the bowl, but we're gonna have to bring it down. So let's go ahead and get the spoon to a point. I hope I left enough here to, I think I did, where not, I'll go cut another spoon. I think so. Okay. Now, that looks about right as far as the spoon. Let's look at it as far as the bowl is concerned. It's a little bit wide, but then we'll just take off. So I'm going to come up here to the end of the spoon here, and I'm just going to shape it just a little bit like that. Okay? Shape it just a little bit like that. And we're going to come over here and take some off in there. Now when you do the spoon, you want your grain to be running this way, okay? That way. Now, what we have to do is, okay, where is my, let me see, my pencil. Yeah, I have to have a good pencil, folks. You gotta have a pencil to work with, to draw with. Gosh, it is hot today. It's amazing. It was so cold, cool, and nice and everything. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna draw a lot. Once again, we're gonna draw a little thing around here for our spoon. Okay, a little hole around there. And then we're going to take, I think my big gouge, yes, my big gouge is way too big. So I'm gonna have to use my smaller gouge. And you wanna be very, very careful with this. You do not want to get in a hurry. And then you move to the other side and you take it off there. This is very, very small. So you want to be real careful not to, and it's kind of hard to hold too. So you just be careful. And you go from one side to the other. Before you start, like I said, get this part basically finished before you start shaping the spoon the way you want it to be, because you can remove a lot on this part right here. But when it gets down real low, you gotta be careful. And I hope I'm not getting out of range here, because I'm trying to hold this thing and it's small, so I want to be careful not to let me take my bigger one and sort of work around this a little bit. Yeah, I can't use the bigger one. I can't do it. It makes too big of a bowl. That's what we call, of course, the inside of a spoon, the bowl of the spoon. So you just be very careful what you do. And I tell you what, if you're young, you have good eyes and stuff. When I get down this small, even though I can do small things, seeing what I'm doing is a little bit difficult for me. I don't have the eyes that I used to have, and I'm not making excuses. I'm 70 years old, and my eyes are not the best, and I don't have 20/20, so and most of us don't. I can use one of these days I'm going to use one of those magnifying things where I can see a lot better. We have a very good friend of mine, Richard Spinney, who is in our carving group. That poor man, he's 80 years old now, and he has almost lost his sight. So it's just, as you grow old, I'm not saying everybody loses their sight, but I am saying that that we can get to where we don't see as well. And when you get to small stuff, that's why I'm just barely scraping this thing, getting it to where I want it, in other words. And I think I've just about got it where I want it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to kind of go around this. I don't want to get it too deep, in other words, so I can get all right. Now that's about what you want right there. I'll clean that up, but let's go ahead and start shaping our spoon. See where the thumb guard comes in? I can really get in there and let the knife touch my all right, let me look at this. Yeah, that's gonna come way down. Way down. And what we do is we kind of do this as we get close to spoon. We kind of just like this. And then we take our knife and we sort of give it this. Now you're gonna have to watch your There it goes, just like that, in other words. And then as we, alright, you come to the back and you start working that spoon down. But you gotta watch your wood as far as the grain. You want to be careful that you don't, go against the grain, because this is small, and this will do a number on you. Okay, as you can see, the shape of the spoon. Okay. And you begin shaping the spoon. I hope I did it long enough. Close to it. Just like that. Alright, I'll cut that, and then we come up here and we start shaping that spoon like this. Okay, we continue to shape this here. I could have made the handle a little bit longer, but I didn't, and that's all right. It's just doo-doo. Okay, as you see, now okay, now we're going to look at the, and as the spoon is going to sit in here like this, but we're going to bring it down even more. And as you can see, a lot of this is disappearing, and I'll have to come back with the, but that's gonna happen as you bring the spoon down to fit the bowl. Okay, as you can see now, see the spoon will go into the bowl like that, in other words. And most of those wooden spoons are pretty good size anyway. They're pretty big. Okay. All right, see that? And we're gonna do this a little bit more in here, and bring this a little bit more in here and in here. And as we see, take off a little bit more in there. Okay, take off. All right, see the little spoon? We're getting it there. We're getting it. Now take a little bit more off in here. Okay. Now, I need to go back to my little gouge. Sorry. And I need to take off some in there. Boy, it is hot today. It has really been nice and cool, and it has just really turned hot.